Hello everybody, welcome back to FTL Mods. Like I said, it was going to be special. It is going to be special. I had someone contact me saying, hey, I'd like to get into modding, but I don't really understand how the Slipstream Modmanager works. Would you be so kind as to do a tutorial about it? Because I couldn't find anything on the internet about it. Sure, here we are. So yes, in this one I'm going to show you how to work with the Slipstream Modmanager and get your own FTL mod game launched. So, first thing you probably want to do is to open up this site. I'll put a link in the description. Make sure it's labeled correctly so you know what I'm talking about. And actually download the Slipstream Modmanager. We're now on v1.6. Just scroll down a little bit, you'll get your download links here. Make sure you got the latest version. And for the correct OS, I'm using Windows, but there's one for Mac/Linux as well. You just go around and download that. Once that's done, okay. Yes, look at my dragon. Anyway, you'll get a file like this, Slipstream Modmanager. Most of this will be here. Maybe the modman log. There's something that's not here, but I think it's in the mod thing anyway. Screw it, right? Anyway, first time you start Modmanager up, it'll prompt you to go look for the data.dat or resource.dat, not entirely sure. Doesn't really matter too much, they're usually in the same spots. Anyway, so I'll show you where you can find that. For me, it's in my Steam folder, and it's probably going to be for you as well. So Steam, Steam Apps, Common, FTL, Resources, and here's the two files. Just make sure you have a peek on what you're actually asking for, and select the right one. Anyway, once that's done, you're ready to go and mod. So I'll get the Slipstream Modmanager booted up here. Put that here so you can see what the fudge is going on. Now you probably won't have all of this yet. What you will have is probably 2 or 3 mods that are already in here. I think 2, the Starting Scrap and NG Scrap Advantage. I think. I threw them out because I don't use them. I don't really see the reason for it. But after that you'll probably want to get some other mods, right? The best place to get those is once again on the FTL forum here. Just go to a real link there. We'll be getting the Captain's Edition installed because that's the one I used most, and it's probably the most fun one out there, or at least the biggest one out there. Don't know how much you'll enjoy it because there's a lot of stuff to see, but enough about Captain's Edition. Actually, not enough, but enough about what Captain's Edition is. More on how to install it properly, okay? So yeah, just scroll down, you can read all about stuff here, but you'll probably want to go to the download links. The minimum requirements to play Captain's Edition is the resource pack and the FTL's Captain's Edition. This one, it says here, includes all textures, audio files, and other assets that are required for Captain's Edition. While the Captain's Edition itself, as far as I know, is just things to change these with. So if you find a little tweak, you can put it in there without having to update the entire thing. But yeah, you do need both of them. As you can see here, it shows that you need the latest Slipstream to use it. There's now 1.6. This one says still needs 1.5. Meaning you at least need 1.5, but might as well go with the latest one, right? A good thing to do if you are indeed going to play Captain's Edition is get, first of all, the musical add-on, because there's a lot of new sectors, and you have them having their own. Don't bother me on Steam right now, okay? Having their own music really makes it feel like you're somewhere new. Just make sure you get. Well, if you're playing the Infinite, you need compatibility patch as well, but a good idea would also be to get better plants and background, make the thing looks a little bit beautiful, but it doesn't have to, and there are some issues with that. I've got lucky enough to get the correct version to work with, and if you do find that one as well, make sure you grab the Better Plants and Background compatibility patch here. You probably also want to use the expand enemy window because some enemies on Composition are pretty big and won't fit the default size enemy window. This one, make sure it'll fit. So just download them all. Once you have downloaded them all, you'll be seeing that they all have the .ftl file right here. So make sure you get the ones you need. So musical add-on, composition, resource pack, all that stuff. Just go select them, go to your Slipstream Modmanager folder and dump them here in the mods section, like I have did right here. Once you've done that, boot up your mod manager, and you should see that they're all nicely in the list. Moving on then, it's actually modding the game. Mod order is key. Mucking up the order is a disaster. Trust me, I've had some weird things happen before because of it. Best case scenario is you lose content, worst case scenario, the game crashes. And middle scenario, weird things start happening with floating weapons and floor images floating off of the ship itself. It's horrible. No, seriously though. Depending on the modules you have, this is the order you should be going with. So resource pack, then composition, the compatibility patches and musical add-on. First time you open it up, it won't be in this order, so you have to manually get the order right. The way you do it is you click one and just drag it to where you want it. Once again, it is key that this is in order or your game will not work correctly. Another thing, you install all of the mods at once. So you can't just go, okay, this, and then patch, and then select this one, and patch. You have to go through the entire list if you want to install them. A little bit more about Rantral and Random Flagship a bit later. If you're watching the channel, know what they are, but anyway, the reason why mod order is important, it goes down the list one by one, so it will first patch this one and then this one, then this one, this one, this one. The easiest way of showing why mod order is important, the composition here has its own ships, as you probably see. Now the Rantral, if you're watching the channel, you know what it does, and you can read it right there. It randomizes your ships. So if Rantral would be placed above composition, it'll put in the Rantral ships, then composition will come along and just say, well, no, we're changing ships back to the ones in composition. The way it's set now is composition puts its ships in, and when it says, nope, we're going with the ones from this mod. So yeah, mod order is important. Once you've selected, well, once your mods are in correct order and you've selected the ones you want, just hit patch and you'll see this thing will be starting to move. I'll shut down FTL because it probably doesn't like being modded while it's running. So just hit patch and you can see the thing here, what it's doing. Feel free to ignore the skipping junk file things and clobbering and all of that. Yeah, I've been looking at that myself with a strange face, and anyway, it'll then prompt you to run the game, yes or no. If you press yes here, the game will start up, but it won't be connected to Steam, so you won't be able to take your screenshots or use the Steam overlay or all that junk. Your time probably won't be logged in as well. So if you want all of that good stuff from Steam, just click no, start it from Steam. Mods will still be working. If you don't care about that stuff, just hit yes and the game will start up, as we'll show right here. And you can see we're not playing vanilla anymore. Once this loading screen gets done, you'll clearly see, well, I think the iconic loading screen from Cam Edition should be enough here, but just to make sure I'm not talking BS to you. Come out. There you go. Next point on the agenda is removing mods. Depends on what you want to do here. want to get rid of all of them or want to get rid of some of them. If you want to get rid of some of them, just click the mods you want to keep, press patch again. If you want to get rid of all of them, just don't select any, click patch. And you can see here, restoring vanilla data.dat, restoring vanilla resource.dat. .dat, yep. So if you now run the game again, you'll see the default loading screen, and when the thing's ready, you should be playing the vanilla version yet again. Updating mods shouldn't be an issue, unless a lot of stuff changes. I haven't had any issues yet. Have updated composition mid-run. The game wasn't running, but I just save plus quit, update, and get going again. Another thing. Let's get the mod manager back up, right? Where did I put that? Modmanager.exe. So yeah, mod manager will always go back to its default data.dat and resource.dat file. So it shouldn't really matter. What's left to talk about? People playing this on Steam. Do not worry about Valve anti-cheat. It's a single player game. Valve doesn't care what you do with it. So don't be afraid of getting banned or anything for installing mods. No, just have a good time with it. Seen people install mods manually. Why? Do you not know about Slipstream? I mean, I've read through this thing, looked through the steps. That was just insanity. I don't really know what it was for. I think it was the disabling the rebel fleet. I was like, open this file, open that .xml file, change those words, change this bit of code into that bit of code. Make sure you don't touch anything of that stuff. Here, you go like, what do I want? This and that. Hit patch, you're freaking done. Want to get rid of it? Open up Mod Manager, make sure nothing is selected, hit patch, boom, back into vanilla. Well, it's their choice, but this little program really makes your life a lot easier when it comes down to modding the game. And there's a lot of them. If we go to here, go back up, click Working Mods. It actually does. There tend to be some problems with the site where it becomes incredibly slow. But yeah, look. Mod. Fire Hazard, that one's mine. Still up there, proud of it. And there's 23 more pages of them. Now, sure, not all of them are AE compatible, and by AE compatible, it usually just means you can install systems like hacking, mind control, clone bay, stuff like that. I think there was already only 3 though. No, backup battery is one of them. Backup battery is one of them. You can still get the weapons that AE brought to the table for you. It's just a bit of a nuisance that you can't really get the systems working. If you do want just things that are AE compatible, you can go through the list and look for tags that say AE. Here's one again. Here's one. Here's another one. It's mine and I know it's AE compatible. Here's another one. Or you can just go to the Master Mod List Advanced Edition. Sleeper Service was so kind to get all the mods into one place that are AE compatible, and has them divided into nice, easy to get themes like World Overhaul, here are your game balancing and overhaul mods, all of the player ships, ship gear, usually weapons and stuff like that, visuals. Just go through the list here, download it, see if it works. There was something else I needed to discuss, but I can't really know anymore what it was. Might have not been important then. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it then. Oh yeah. Keep in mind that you can actually unlock achievements that way by using mods, not just install a mod and you'll get all the achievements, although it still might be somewhere around there, I don't know. But like if you start using overpowered ships, you can unlock the achievements for them with a breeze. So just keep that in mind if you don't want to spoil those. Another thing, the ships tend to replace other ships because that's the only way of getting more into them. So say like a ship replaces Mantis B. You do need to have that ship unlocked if you want to play the mod. So it might be in your best interest to unlock most of the ships before actually start playing them, just to be sure that you can actually play it with the mod you're trying to install. Other than that, I think... right, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Rantrel and random flagship mod. So those up. If you download the flagship randomizer and the Rantrel mod, you'll get zip files. You'll unzip them into something like this. Although I think the Rantrel will just immediately gives you the files, which is kind of annoying, but something you can fairly easily work around. You'll get those. Those aren't definitely not .ftl files, as you can see by the folder itself. In order to get those working, because the game can't load this in, just open up any of them. You'll get a generator. .exe, you open that thing up, click what type you're playing, just normal advanced edition, advanced captain's edition, or the advanced captain's edition infinite add-on. Set the output file destination, build a random flagship, and on the selection you clicked here, it'll create an FTL file which will contain, depending on if you're using flagship generator for the randomized flagship or the Rantrel for the randomized ships, will create a FTL folder that you can then put into that mod folder and then patch into your game. It does mean if you're tired of a flagship or your set of ship layouts, you'll have to redo this again, but I have heard confirmation, haven't tried it myself yet, that the output file destination does remember where you last put a mod in. So first time you'll have to get this thing set up right, but if you set it to having it dump the FTL file, .ftl file immediately into that mod folder, you can, well, you don't have to place the file itself. You do have to reopen the mod manager and patch it in again. So yeah, it's probably something I would have said sooner, although you could probably figure it out. But yeah, if you want to patch something else in with it, make sure you also select the mods that we're currently running that you want to keep, because like I said before, the mod manager will always go back to the resource.dat. That's the default one. So if you're adding or removing mods, you have to keep selecting the ones you want to keep and which one will eventually go away from it. That's pretty much all I have to say about the mod manager. I'll leave you with a grand view of my desktop, because why not? It's not the whole thing, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's it for the FTL mod manager, Slipstream mod manager. I'll put all the necessary links in the description. Those will probably be where to download the Slipstream Mod Manager, where to get the Captain's Edition, the full list of working mods, and the working mods that are AE compatible. That's pretty much it. Hope you've gotten what you need from this. If you haven't, feel free to ask me more questions in the comment section below, because that's what it's for. It's also to just say hello if you really want to, but other than that, yeah. Hope you had some use out of it. Go crazy with your modding. As you've seen with the series I'm running right now, mods can really make the game look like a sequel or something. Especially Captain, if you're going from standard AE to Captain, it's just like, what the fudge am I gotten myself into? So yeah, rule of thumb, overhaul mods like Captain, like the Strange New Galaxy or Twinge balancing mod should always go before ship mods in the list, because a lot of those mods tend to fickle with the ships you play with as well, and therefore your custom ship you want to install can easily be overwritten if it's higher up there. So yeah, keep in mind modder is important. Usually the mod you're trying to install will have something on where you should put it, but keeping that rule of thumb of custom ship should be at the bottom while all the rest should be above it should really help out. So with that, I will leave you to your own modding of your choosing. Thank you guys for watching. I'm hoping you've learned something from this. Feel free to ask questions, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next thing I do. Bye everyone.